Get goes everybody, because today we'll continue to play Danganronpa Antebellum Lockdown. Where were we? Let's see. What do we do? We're still a free time event, right? So I kind of want to finish Dracula's free time events because in the original game, yeah, something happens to him. Let's see, where are you, guy? That's Dr. Allura. Kutsugi, I'm glad to see you left your room. I apologize for today. I appreciate it hasn't been the most pleasant for you. It was bound to happen to someone. I'm glad you recognize it was nothing personal. Still, is there anything I can do to make your day a little better? Give me money. Let me have your plan. Drugs to help me relax? Just staying here where it's quiet is more than enough if you'll let me. Very well, rest assured I'll stay quiet for some time. I sent Taka away for a while. But if you prefer some level of company, I'm willing to talk to you if you wish. Nah. Understandable. I'm sure you have a lot on your mind right now. So as long as you like, I won't disturb you. Disturb you. Where is he? Is he in the library? Nope. Fucking motorcycles again. Always ruining with the recording. But what you gonna do? What are we gonna do? It's not like I could do. It's not like I could go outside and tell them, hey, stop making noise. Even though I'm the one making noise here. Let's see. No Draco. Oh, it's just meanie. Let's see. I'll talk to you next time. It's probably the canteen or something. Where's the cafeteria? Canteen. Where are you, man? Is he working out at the gym? Nope. Oh, that's Lyra. Okay. Oh, god damn it. My bad. That is probably Micah. Where is that? The guy? You doing church, buddy? Nope. Everybody needs to convert sometimes. Let's see. Nope. Nobody here. Get out of there. Let's look for our guy. Our compadre. Our patriot. Yeah, there he is. Shinko, you're out of your room. It's good to see you. I was getting worried. Are you holding up okay? Yeah, I'll be okay. What are you doing in here? Those don't look like your clothes. It was kind of meant to be a surprise, but I saw your laundry in the corner and I figured I'd do it for you to make things easier on you. Sorry if that's weird. I just wanted to help you somehow. It's fine as long as you don't smell it. Thank you, Draco. This means a lot. Come on, it's no big deal. It is to me. I find it hard to motivate myself to take care of myself a lot of the time, so you doing this helps a lot. Well, if it means that much to you, I'll make sure I get it done doubly well. The machine won't see me coming. The girl bent down to do the washing doubly well. It just seemed to me like it was watching it spin over and over. But I was going to break his focus, so I figured I'd leave him to it. There you go. Him doing my laundry for me was already far more than I could ever ask for. I didn't want to bother him to hang out on top of that. Oh, okay. So I got an excuse to talk to Ismini. Awesome. Let's go. I'm gonna go talk to Ismini. Let's see. Let's go get drunk. Wait, was it here? Yeah, it was here. In the shower room, I think. Shinko, I'm glad to see you left your room. I'm a little surprised. It's now a bad time. I didn't expect to see you here. I can leave if you're planning on showering. No, it's quite alright. I already bathed. I'm just waiting for my hair to dry. I've always found sitting in bathing areas quite reflective. Even more shoddy ones like this. They always seemed to remind me of the story of Goddamn, how do I pronounce it? Clytemnestra. The STD? The one who could tell the future? I don't know. The one who killed her husband? Or maybe. Correct. In the baths, no less. It's a little morbid to think about, isn't it? I'm just thinking because who in the hell would bathe and see into the future? So it's so that's why I deduced, yeah, maybe it's some murder or something. Perhaps, but I can't help but think about the morality of it all. Her husband did kill their daughter and leave their country for decades to fight a meaningless war. It's understandable why she'd do it, no? If not for her, then for her dead daughter, for her kingdom. It was such a dilemma that future revisions of the myth involved her setting her remaining daughter into poverty. They wished to reframe her as a wicked woman, only interested in wealth and comforts. It's strange how stories are warped like that to paint the character to be worse or better over time. I wonder how our stories will be warped. Nevertheless, I still have to wait for my hair to dry, so if you'd like to stay and chat, you're more than free to. Yes. Yeah, sure, I could use a talk to get my mind off of things. Of course, anytime. Let's do the talking. I was admittedly a bit apprehensive about talking to Smeeny one-on-one like this, but it did feel as though someone had to talk to her. She was very good at going a bit too far. I thought maybe I might be able to talk some sense to her, or understand her rationale a little better. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something actually. Is everything alright? Don't you think it's a little wrong to just completely trust the audience's judgment in this situation? Oh, so you don't think I deserve my verdict? You think I'm corrupt? That's not what I... Well then, if you trust what they say about me, then you should trust what they say about the others. It's as simple as that. Well, I'm not entirely sure I trust much of what they say. Their judgments are clearly sensible, so I'll follow them accordingly. Smitty, come on. We both know you're smarter than this. You can't tell me that you, someone who values knowledge and academics above all else, are reducing this to such simple-minded black and white thinking. Well, I like to think out of everyone here you'd at least approach this with some level of nuance. So what's really going on here, Smeeny? It feels like you're just doing this to prove a point. Admittedly, I'm aware I should approach this with far more nuance than I have, but ultimately it's been groundbreaking to finally be validated that what I did to my friends wasn't wrong. But it was. I'll never believe what I did to that professor was wrong. He had it coming. Anyone who harms and takes advantage of anyone weaker than them should be surprised when whatever they're torturing bites back. But for the longest time I felt this crushing guilt over involving my friends, being stupid enough to believe what I did would help. I made us all fall apart, shatter, and broken what we'd created together. I thought I'd hurt those like Dakota irreversibly. That on some level I'd hurt others like that piece of scum had. So you did feel remorse? Of course, how could I not? I was horrified seeing their reactions, seeing what happened to them. I felt I deserved it when they left. It made me feel like fundamentally there was something deeply wrong with me, that I was too inhuman or cruel to be trusted with proper connection. That's why I tried to ice everyone out. I didn't want to hurt anyone else. But of course, isolating myself, being so disconnected, it just makes you feel more inhuman. I can imagine. My friend always has to drag me out if I've been too cooped up for too long, otherwise I get way too much in my own head. That's why, being told that despite what I did to them, I'm allowed redemption. That in part I'm not fully responsible for how it affected them. That it's more so about them individually than to do with me. Finally being told that I wasn't wrong for wanting to protect those who I cared about from getting hurt, that I was right to want to keep them safe and make sure not one person would carry all the guilt. It's been incredibly vindicating, Shinko. I see. Still, she shouldn't entirely absolve herself of all responsibility. It's like I've finally woken up, the world feels warm again. I finally feel like I'm allowed to live again, that I don't have to lock myself away and run on autopilot, sealing away my guilt, restraining my desire to connect. I want to care about people. I feel as though I'm allowed to care about people now. And in such a realization, it's changed everything for me. What is good has helped a lot, but that doesn't mean you should blindly believe the audience. I don't think you could conceive how much of a burden this has taken off of me. I want to repay the audience however I can, for making me feel alive again. That's why I want to trust their judgments. If no one reaffirms them, then no one here will learn anything. It's not solely about punishing those who deserve it. It's similarly about guiding those who deserve redemption and helping them achieve it. And yet you guys bully Taka and all that. But can't you recognize that in doing all of this, you're not doing much to help redeem yourself from the harm you've done? If you don't like what I'm doing, that's your decision, but I won't be changing my mind. As much as I don't want it to, if that jeopardizes our relationship, so be it. Miss Meany bowed her head and quietly walked off. Her verdict had certainly changed her perception on things, but I feel as though a corrupt verdict would have similarly polarized her. I just hope she'd move past it, or that the audience would only deem prisoners corrupt who were worthy of her wrath. Still, I wanted to keep an eye on her to make sure she didn't go too far. When is the game actually gonna, reveal what she actually did to the professor? Because in the original, it's like, oh, yeah, what she did to the professor makes sense and is like, murdering him was totally justified. But in this game, it still hasn't been revealed yet. So how the hell did? Whatever. Friendship rank, humanities is I don't know. What's next? My cell. I sat in my room. I felt a little bit better, but still my mind kept returning to it. Returning to what? Well, I knew I couldn't keep dwelling on it. That wouldn't do me any good whatsoever. I needed to do something to stop these raging, collapsing thoughts. I just needed to focus on something. Anything, really. I couldn't dwell on it. You can't change anything after it's already happened. I sat down and opened my notebook. I decided to spend the evening writing. It did me good to put my energy into something productive. This was better. I just need to write, yeah. But no matter what, I couldn't stop thinking about what happened to him. About what I'd done to him. What, it wasn't me who had done anything to him. It wasn't my fault. I knew that, but still, whose fault was it? Who else could it be except for Mononeko and all that stuff? I mean, why even affect, what do you call that? Yeah, put others in harm just because you guys are prisoners. I couldn't fully blame the others. It's not their fault. They don't know who he is. They don't know what his life is like. They all got people they love on the line. And yeah, another thing that is really confusing, maybe Shinku lied in the previous video because he said that Eiichi had no parents, and then in the hostage hostage torture section, it's like, oh, Dad, your spine. And it's like, what? I thought his dad was gone or something. What the hell? Those who try to argue to keep their loved ones safe just cause conflict. It just makes those discussions become violent. I was good for keeping my mouth shut. I didn't want to bother anyone. If I said something, it wouldn't have changed anything anyway. They'd still have voted for him, but they'd hold a grudge towards me for throwing a tantrum about it. Nothing I could have said would have stopped what happened.
I absolutely won't let you do that to him. That's what I would have said anyway.
That voice. No, it can't be. Oh God, that show is still ongoing? The voice. I turned around and... What's up, man? What?
Jeez, for having a talent that revolves around writing, you really do suck at finding words when it counts.
Yeah, that's part of the gig.
Speechless? Gosh, if you're that bad at saying anything valuable, then your novels must be the pits.
Well, the reason why I'm speechless is because I'm finding it hard to understand how the hell you're talking without any mouth, and eyes for that matter. My blood felt cold and I was stunned. It couldn't be real.
Oh well, it's not like this is anything new for you. Is it?
That's not true.
You really are an ultimate now, aren't you?
What are you saying? Who are you?
Me? Who am I? That doesn't matter now, does it?
It does matter since, I can't really identify your face. An ID or a self-introduction would really help.
But I'll be sure to say hi to Ichi when I see him. We'll have a whole lot in common now, won't we?
Both of you not having faces, what? She giggled and turned around, running into the mirror.
Wait!
And I rushed after her, running into the mirror. To my shock, I found myself able to pass through it. Oh, he's retreating to his delusional fantasy or whatever. Hello, other world. Full of black screen. Found myself at a strange off-putting place that gave me a headache that just wouldn't subside. But I couldn't dwell on it. I needed to find her. She was getting away. Well. Right, let's keep moving. Do I keep moving up? Is that something? No, I don't think it is. Oh, hey, man.
Please wait.
I reached out to grab her, but my arm faced through her skin and I fell through her, tripping onto my knees on the murky floor. One by one, they all started to surround me. Fucking floor. What is this? I felt something in front of me, something awful and looming.
Please don't.
Hey, I said please. All I could hear around me was giggling, their voices overlapping and melting into each other. Floating, unable to be grasped. Every question was met with giggling, a fragment of her voice.
Don't make me face it.
In front of me, I knew it was there. And slowly, despite everything screaming at me not to, I began to look up. But the terrible reality stared back at me. The awful unspoken truth of what I've done.
No.
What'd you do, man? That wasn't me. What just happened? Was any of that real? I looked back at what I was writing. Yeah?
The past stays forever,
You wrote that?
but it can't physically haunt you.
Right. I carefully approached the mirror with apprehension. I reached out to touch it. It's solid. Why wouldn't it be? It just felt very real in the moment. Or are you just dreaming? I need to get more sleep. Maybe I could get somebody to help me fall asleep easier. Min offered to help me with that, didn't he? I should try talking to him. I don't need any more issues in a situation like this. I'll go see him. I approached the door to Min's cell, knocking quietly. I felt better about waking him up at this time of night. Part of me hoped I wouldn't bother him. But to my surprise, he opened it up, a weary look in his eyes.
Sorry?
Shingo.
Mint.
Sorry, I know it's late. I'm just struggling to sleep. No, it's okay. I'm happy to help. Come in. I sat beside Min's plant-filled cell. He switched on the lights and rubbed his eyes. Let me make you some tea. That should help. Take a seat if you like. It's fine. It's okay. I'm okay. I already have a seat in my own cell. Are you sure you're okay doing this? It's the middle of the night. It must be a bother. I'm just glad I get the opportunity to help someone here. I don't want to be a dead weight in the group. Besides, after the crime reveals, most people have turned to Dr. Alinaeus if they need treatment. Not that I blame them. Yes, fair enough. At least instead of the princess coming to me for every slight headache or minor problem every other hour. The princess? Do you mean Michael? No, I mean Zeke. Let's make sure that doesn't leave this room. Oh, I really want to know now. So why is your prince? Would you look at that? The tea is ready. Let me get you a cup. The kettle stopped boiling and he poured 2 cups. Perhaps he was drinking it alongside me to prove to me it was safe. Thank you, it smells lovely. It should calm your nerves and encourage more melatonin release, but it might take a little while. Sorry if it's not an instant fix. It's alright, as long as I sleep eventually, I'll be fine. Still, I was apprehensive about drinking it. I knew it was unlikely man was trying anything here, he was even drinking it himself. But every time I considered taking a sip, I thought back to his crime. Deep down, I really am quite a horrible person. Maybe Mint is actually resistant to his own formula. Ooh, that's why he's drinking the tea in front of him. Is something the matter? Not at all, it's just a little hot. I don't want to burn my tongue. I got a cat's tongue. I wouldn't do it to you. I'm not that awful. I wouldn't have done it to my father either if there was another option, but circumstances called for action. Circumstances? My father wasn't a very kind person, and I needed that money to save my sister's life. Not that it mattered much in the end. But it's really not your problem. I don't want to bother you with it. I just didn't like seeing my family get hurt. I was willing to take on the burden of guilt to save them. I understand. I think it goes without saying, but I don't exactly enjoy seeing people suffer. I wouldn't poison you. Sorry, I'm just paranoid. It's really nothing personal, I promise. You shouldn't worry about my concerns anyway. You have been judged as worthy of redemption, so you've pretty much been left off the hook. Yes, I have. You must be relieved. Are you okay with me being honest, Shinko? Yeah? All it's done is make things more messy. I don't know what to think anymore. Perhaps that's why I've been hanging out so much with Zeke. I don't have to think with him. I know I should be happy, but every time I think too deeply about it, all that verdict does is make me feel wretched. Wait, you can't seriously believe you'd prefer to be corrupt? Have you not seen how difficult things have been for Taka? I'm unsure. I know objectively it would make life far harder, but I feel more comfortable emotionally. At least I could take some of the burden off of Taka. The others have been relentless, Ismini especially. And if I was corrupt, then I wouldn't have to reflect like this. I could peacefully remain a rotten boy who did something awful, who bit the hand that fed him. I was happy to take on that burden of sin, so my ma didn't have to. It's silly, but I thought if I took on the sin of dealing with my father for her, then she wouldn't have to do anything. She would still get into heaven. I was happy to be pushed to hell if it meant she wouldn't have to betray her fate. But doesn't it make things better if you can find redemption? I don't know much about Christianity, but doesn't this mean you can find salvation? That God forgives you? It just makes it worse if you can, if what I did wasn't a sin. Because then, why didn't she step up and do it? Why did I have to take on that burden to protect us? Why didn't she step in and take action when we were younger, when my father was... If she had, maybe we could have saved Lavi. I would still have my sister. I see, I'm sorry. But even so, you can't find peace in knowing people understand why you did it. Even without knowing any of the context behind it, they were still so forgiving. It must be reassuring that the audience reaffirms your decision. That wretched audience. His fingers started trembling on the teacup. All I've heard for the last month are what Dave been saying about me. Why Dave decided I deserve redemption without even knowing the full story? Yeah, what the hell? He seems like someone who would feel guilty. He must regret what he did. Of course I feel guilty. How? How on earth could I not? But just because you're eaten up by guilt, it doesn't make it okay. Because even if I am tormented by what I've done, if you put me back in that situation, I would have done it again, knowing how awful it was. Perhaps that's why I enjoy Zeke's company so much. He sees all the rotten parts of me. He doesn't have excuses for them. He embraces them as part of me. Unlike the audience, he never sees me for something I'm not. All the verdict has done is reaffirm to me that I could have had a better life, that I wasn't born just to take on the sin to save my family. But in the end, no one loved me enough to risk it for me. Meant I? Sorry, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You came in here for help and I just started. I'll have to make it up to you at some point, I apologize. It's okay, I'm just concerned now. Are you talking to anyone else about this? God, this is raising death flags. I wouldn't be surprised if Min is the first victim or something. It's okay, I'm concerned now. Are you talking to anyone else about this? I'll be okay, Shiko, don't you worry. I'm just going on silly little rambles because it's late. I'll find peace in my own time. Being able to help others like this does make coming to terms with it easier. Well, good, because this tea is excellent. I found that after a certain point my apprehensions had melted away. The tea was bitter, admittedly a little hard to drink, but in the end it did its job. I'm glad. Although I apologize for ruining the calm atmosphere, is the tea at least helping you ease up? Yeah, I feel a lot better than I did before. Well, if you ever want anything at all, I'm always here. But if I can make a suggestion, if this is a long-term issue, maybe try to get a face mask like mine. I'm not following. How would that help? I stuff mine with lavender and helps during panic attacks. You can pull it up and breathe in the calming air. It always makes me feel a little more at ease. Oh, okay. No matter what happens, I can always close my eyes, pull up my mask, and feel like I'm somewhere nicer. It just helps my anxieties melt away. Sorry, it sounds a little silly, but it's particularly good in situations where you can't exactly sit down and drink some tea, like earlier with your friend. Are you feeling any better from that, by the way? I'll get there eventually. While I hope these small remedies and solutions can help in some way, I wouldn't want you to suffer on your own. Thank you, Mint. I know you believe you're not the best, but you really are a kind and considerate person. Don't lose that empathy, it's refreshing. I don't think I ever could. I wouldn't be human without it. You have a pleasant night, alright? I hope you sleep better. I'm sure I will. Once again, come back if you need anything at all. Of course, have a lovely night. I closed the door behind me and slowly left the room, feeling far more relaxed. Alright, I was walking back to my room and the quietness of the night oddly soothing instead of unsettling. I found myself bumping into something. Or someone.
Huh?
Watch where you're going. Who the hell is this? Wait. Who was this Oh, maybe it's one of the janitors that left those complaint notes all over the place. Who was this person? He definitely wasn't one of us. Could this be our captor? God damn it. You saw nothing, you hear me? Who are you? Doesn't concern you. To that idiotic movement, we're all the same. You just see us as little cogs in the machine, unaware of how brilliantly we shine on our own. I figured maybe a fellow Ultimate would be able to understand, especially considering what you did. I thought if anyone here would have sense, it would be you. But I suppose you don't have an idea of what's really going on here. What are you even talking about? You'll find out in due time. Until then, don't think it can't happen to you. Take it from me, it's not worth snooping around. Hold on. Before I could think further, he swept his mop under my feet, tripping me up onto the cold floors. Watch your step. This is far bigger than the both of us. I know. The last thing I remember was a large blow to my head, and then everything went black. Who was that weirdo? Sorry. Who was that? Yeah. It's the janitor that left the notes all over the place, complaining about everything. What happened last night? When I woke up, my head felt heavy and damp. Put my hand to my head. Someone had put an ice pack on it. I rolled over and took it off, noticing a glass of water and painkillers that had been placed next to my bedside. Who did this? It can't have been that guy. Before I had time to think about it further, I was interrupted by pretty frequent knocking. I should go answer. But okay, I have an opportunity to save, so I'm gonna save first. So this is Danganronpa Antebellum with Lockdown. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. So who wants to bet Mint or So either Mint or Smeedy, because in typical Danganronpa fashion, if there's some connection or somebody trying to open up or some cutscene that we have to see for ourselves, we can't really skip it. It has to be it's because they're connected to the murder that's coming up or something. Either they are the victim or the culprit. Which one is it? My vote is on, what's his name? Mint. There you go.